So today we are starting a new section, exponential growth and decay. And so we need to decide if they are representing growth or decay, and then I need to graph the functions. So growth are numbers more than one. Where are you going right now?
I have to work later.
Well, no, you said you're going to see me tomorrow, though.
I have to come back to work.
You made it sound like you were leaving. And then decay is numbers less than 1, but greater than 0.
What if it's a negative number?
Then it's not exponential at all. It wouldn't be any kind of function, because it like bounces all around the place. What? It has to be more than, it has to be positive. If it's not positive, it's not exponential. So, is number 1 exponential? Exponential can be growth or decay. You didn't let me finish my question, so you said it's growth? And then I want to sketch the graph. Then I go graph it. The Windows might be off because my algebra apps kids were using it. So if I want to fix my window, I go zoom and 6, and it turns it back to the normal one. Zoom 6. Okay, then I go sketch this on my paper. It's a pretty nice sketch. What? Your window or your like graph? Did you make sure Did you make sure the x was an exponent? Okay. So then number 2, what is it? Growth or decay? For number 2.
Number 2 is to go like this.
I'm asking growth or decay. Okay. So then I want to go to y equals, and I want to type that one in. Then I go graph it. So what do we notice about the graphs of growth and decay? So decay gets smaller as time goes on, exponential gets larger. Growth gets larger. Yes, I know, I made a mistake. I'm human. You thought I was alien? Okay, so we can use these formulas. If it's got this one with the plus sign in the middle, it's for growth. A is our initial value, R is the interest rate as a decimal, and T is time. This one right here is, where's the word growth? I know. I was trying to highlight the words in the same color. And then decay is this one.
So if it's a subtraction of decay,
Yep. So on number 3, it's telling me I have a car, and it's in thousands of dollars, so the car isn't worth $25, it's worth $25,000 when they buy it. And, what? So 0.85, is that growth or decay? Decay. And then I want to figure out the annual percent increase or decrease of the car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 and I'm going to subtract the 0.85. So how do I turn that back into a percent? Yeah, so I multiply by 100 if I forgot how to turn decimals to percents. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it gets confusing though. You can never be wrong by multiplying by 100. Okay, so it wants to estimate when the value of the car will be $8,000. So
Estimate what?
when? So time. So what I want to do is not throw my pen. I want to graph y equals 8 and the original equation. Yeah, so if I go into here, I'm going to do for y equals, I'm going to clear that out. I'm going to do the 25 times 0.85 to the x, and 8. Why did I do 8 and not 8,000? No, because the problem told me I was measuring in thousands. Okay, so then I go to graph. I'm not going to see this. No, I am going to see this. No, I'm not. What do you mean you don't understand?
What did you put in the y equals?
I put in the equation from the problem, the 25, and then y equals 8 for my second line. Because they're measuring in thousands, so it's just 8. Because I want to see where the two are going to cross so I can figure out the time. So then what I want to do to find the crossing point is I am going to pick this color pen. I want to press second trace. And then I want to pick where they're crossing. What word means crossing? What? And then I press enter 3 times. Because it wants you to pick each color line and then to guess. No. Guess where it matches. So what is the y value there? I mean, why did I say y? I meant x. The steps are right off to the side. So I went second trace. And then I picked choice 5 for intersect. And then I press enter 3 times in 7.01. So about how many years?
7.
Questions there? Show how I got the 7. So I go second calc, and then I press 5. And then, so it wants me to pick the first curve or line, which is, if I move this over, is the blue one. I press enter. It wants the second one, that's red. And then it wants me to guess where they cross. You don't have to do it. I don't know why the calculator likes you to guess, but you do it. And then it tells you it. You just press enter. Trace.
I did something weird because my graph.
Okay, so this one on number 4 wants me to write the equation in billions 2 years after the year 2000, and then estimate the world population in 2005. Apparently, on this set of notes, I do not believe in giving you room to write. So, it's going to be y equals, how many people do we start with in 2000? What? What do you mean enter value? No, you want to pick intersect. So go back to second trace, and then choice 5 for intersect. Okay, so is this one increase or decrease formula I want to use? What does the sentence say? Increase! So I'm going to do 1 plus 0.0118, and then my exponent is t. That's my equation. That's plus. My t has the curvy bottom. I know, that's why my t has the curvy bottom. What? Any other problem? Just what? Because when you go from percents to numbers, to plug it in the equation, you always move it to. Okay, so it also wanted me to estimate the world population in 2005. How many years later is 2000? What? So then I'm going to plug in 5 into this equation. Melanie, stop talking. 5. So then I go on my calculator, I go back home, and I do 6.09, parentheses 1 plus 0.0118 to the 5th power. 6.46, yeah. And is that my answer, just 6.46, or should I put a label on it? Okay. This one wants me to estimate when the population was 7 billion. When? What do I want to do for that one? Or we could do this like we did C on the last problem. I'm going to graph 7. And the equation. So I'm gonna go y equals, and then my first equation is gonna be the one I wrote for A, the 6.09 parentheses 1 plus 0.0118 to the t, or yeah, x, because on A, how did I get the equation? We started with 6.09. That was how many people it told us in the problem. And then because it said it was growth, we have plus in the middle. And then we turn the percent into a decimal and plug that in. Because it wanted us to guess for 2005. So we took 2005 and subtracted 2000. Hold on. What are you confused about, Marcus? Because I plugged in 5 for my exponent into the equation, and when I typed it in the calculator, that's what it gave me.
I got 10.63.
Did you remember your parentheses?
Yeah.
I'll look at that in a second, okay? You're way zoomed out. Zoom in. No, zoom in. Zoom 6. Okay, so mine looks like this. Okay, good. What did you type in? No.
Yeah, mine says that too. Mine
So,
says that too.
I'm going to go second, calculate, intersect. I'm going to hit enter on the blue one,
Enter.
enter on the red one.
Yep. And then can you take some problem?
What?
Yeah, I did it wrong.
What? But they clearly cross. What is wrong with you, calculator? Oh, I think I know what the problem is. I don't think they cross in the window. So I need to go to window. Let's make our X max. Huh? Window's right here. Yeah. We make the window at 20, and then we try again. We just push the X. Okay, now it should work.
Wait, what did I do?
You go window and then change the X max to 20. Or you can zoom out. I'm going to go to second calc. Does it work this time? Okay.
Well, 11.8.
That one, all right, is 11.8. No,
No, because it only goes to 9 point, like, to 9 and then it goes back to 0.
because there's 12 months in a year, remember?
I'm still confused with my graph.
What are you confused about? Does it not look like this?
Here, you want to look at mine?
This looks like mine.
Here, look at the number.
Yes.
Are we done?
No, there's one more. So there's another formula.
Yes.
Guys, let me go through the last problem.
Yeah.
So it's compound interest, and this is where you put money away and it earns interest on interest. You have learned about this in Algebra 1. Algebra 1. 2 years ago. So this is the formula I want to use.
Is this on the back?
Yeah. Okay. So guys, I want to do is I want to plug this in. My P is the principal, the amount I started with, so $9,000. My R is my interest rate as a decimal, so 0.0146. T is time, and N is how often it happens. So how many quarters are in a year?
4.
4. So my N is 4. Then I plug in to this formula.
R equals point Y.
What?
Why is that what R equals?
R is always the interest rate as a decimal. So you move it over to. I showed that the wrong way. Move it over to.
Oh my god, I'm on the run.
P stands for principal, how much you start off with. That's the money word. Okay, so then I want to type this into the calculator exactly how I see it.
Okay, hold on. A equals.
Okay. So why would I want to run, or why would I want to go to 2 decimal places and not more?
Because it goes 0 after.
No, because we're talking about money. Money goes to 2 decimal places.
Wait, what was the answer?
9,402 and 21 cents.
Why?
The 4, because it said the word quarterly. And there's 4 quarters in a year.
It said something else.
Well, number 6 has something else, so.
For anything in the year? For anything?
Quarter? No, quarter is always 4, yeah. What? No. What? N stands for how often it happens. So there's 4 quarters in a year.
So this daily, then it'll be 357.
What? Ruben, how many days are there?
366.
360 in a normal year. 365 in a normal year. 366 is leap year. Okay. Every 4 years except for years divisible by 100. What? Okay, I'm gonna plug into this formula. See ya. Good luck.
Wait, what numbers went on the outside?
8,000, the amount I started with.
I mean, no, on this outside.
365, and then the time. How is it confusing? You're just plugging into formulas, though. Okay, questions here.